So in case you didn't know how to wear your mask, now you know, as we know, COVID is real. So make sure you wash your hands with water and soap, or you can use hand sanitizer. Practice social distancing is important. If you don't need to leave your house, stay at home. And as soon as you step out of your house, always wear your mask. Now, entertainment and rapper Nadia Nakai, South African rapper Nadia Nakai, was in Ghana, and I had a little chit-chat with her. Here it is. Who are you to the West African community that is not familiar with you? Who's Nadia Nakai?
Nadia Nakai is an African artist, an African rapper that's female, but I'm not a female rapper. But I've always actually referred to myself as an African female rapper, even when I started, even when I was recording my first songs, because I was born in South Africa, but I have Zimbabwean heritage. Majority of my family is Zimbabwean. I grew up in a Shona household, and then I went to high school in Kenya. So I was always around like Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda. I was just fortunate enough to be able to travel around the continent before I became a musician and was getting booked all over the place, you know? So yeah, I'm an African female hip-hop artist.
Okay, hip-hop artist.
Yes.
Why hip-hop instead of R&B, soul?
I can't sing, honey, I've tried. I cannot sing to save my life. There's no amount of melodyning, auto-tuning that can save my tone-deaf self. But also, not even just about that, I grew up, so my mom used to always drive to Zimbabwe. The drive to Zimbabwe is about 12 hours. And I always have this nostalgic feeling when I listen to artists like Jill Scott, who's R&B, but she had a lot of like hip urban soul in her. Sade is another one. Lauryn Hill, her album was something I listened to constantly throughout my growing up. And that definitely influenced me to become a hip hop artist. But while I was based in Kenya, I started off to be more of a dancehall influenced artist, because in Kenya, dancehall is a very big genre there. And I was influenced by it a lot. Then when I moved back to Kenya, to South Africa, I then focused on more of the raps, 808s and claps.
Yeah. Okay, first time in Ghana?
First time in Ghana.
And how has it been?
Amazing, loving it. Firstly, I know as soon as I got here, I know there's this battle between Nigeria and Ghana about the jollof rice. So as soon as I got off the plane, we were taken to like a jollof rice restaurant.
Yeah.
But I think I have to try it again, because I wasn't right now in Nigeria for the win for that one.
Okay. So let's settle this.
Sure.
Is it Nigeria or Ghana?
For jollof.
For jollof.
Right now it's Nigeria.
Okay, guys. So the South African / Zimbabwean is saying that Nigerian jollof is taking it.
Okay, but I have to, apparently it depends on who makes it, because sometimes some people put carrots in it apparently, so you have to go to like an actual spot that makes it the way that you like it. So I've been promised that I'm going to be taken to another jollof place. And also I like pepper, pepper. And that one wasn't spicy at all, so I needed it to be hot, so there's also that. But I had amazing prawns last night. There was like this prawn curry that they made for me last night with like peppers and chili. I don't know if that's like a delicacy here or whatever, but it was amazing.
It was good.
That was so good.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Okay, but still, the South African Zimbabwean is saying that Nigerian jollof is taking it.
I can only be honest.
You can only be honest. Okay, but why Ghana? What's happening here?
So I've got a song out at the moment called Practice, featuring international artist Vic Mensa, who signed to Rock Nation. And he's Ghanaian. So he came to Ghana to like obviously come back home, and it made the most sense to shoot here, not only because it's close, but because I've never been, and I thought it would be amazing to shoot him in his country as well, because not a lot of people know that he's from here. And so that was the main narrative of why I am in Ghana. But Ghana had always been a place that I wanted to come and work with the artists here, kind of create like a network, because I want to be able to have a fan base and be able to cultivate different fan bases in different African countries. So Ghana was always on the wish list.
Okay, talking about who you'd like to work with, who would you like to work with?
So I'd love to work with, I always get it mixed up, but Arthur.
Kwesi Arthur.
Kwesi Arthur.
Okay.
Sorry, Kwesi Arthur. Joey B.
Okay.
Obviously Sakurie. That would be like amazing. Stone Boy. I met Stone Boy in South Africa, and we've been communicating, but right now he's in Jamaica, so we kind of just missed each other. But I think we'll work together and send songs the way that you send over digital. And I know you guys have an African rap king called Eno.
Yes.
Am I pronouncing it right?
Eno. Yes.
Eno.
Yeah.
I definitely would like to work with her. She's such a vibe.
Okay. Yeah. So why those artists, except Eno, of course?
Joe. Okay, and Kitty. So Kitty also was someone I exposed to, and I haven't worked with the type of artist that he is. He's very vocal. He's a singer, and I've worked with a lot of like African rap artists, and I think his sound would really do well with mine. And also the project that I'm working on right now, I haven't quite decided if it's an album or an EP, but I wanted to have dominantly African features. I really want to work on artists that I feel like are, I mean, obviously you want to work with artists that are big, but I also want to work with artists that I know are about to strike gold, like they're knocking on the door of stardom. And I think Kitty is one of those artists that is about to be the next big thing out of Ghana.
Yeah, but what do you think about the female, the hip hop, excuse me, the hip hop industry in West Africa? What are your thoughts on that? I
think for me, I don't know how big hip hop sounding like hip hop is in the rest of the country. I know that Ghana is probably one of the few countries on the continent that still listen to hip hop as the way of the 808 clap beats and not necessarily rapping on Afro pop sounding songs. And it's exciting, but I feel like I bring something different.
Yeah.
When I hear other female artists, they're so amazing, they're so inspiring, and they're so in touch with their own sound, which is so dope, that I feel like when I work with Enno, there'll be such a dope dynamic because we won't sound the same at all.
Yeah.
We'll be very different. She'll be very unique in her sound, and I'll be very unique in mine. And that's what I think is really, really dope about African MC.
Let's talk about beef.
Yeah.
Do you think beef as a rapper actually impacts your work? Is it necessary?
It does impact for your work, but negatively, and I think negatively specifically for women. I think when women are ever seen disagreeing or fighting, it's always seen as not tasteful. I mean, I'm sure you've heard, if you had an event and you were upset about something, they don't say, oh, that girl, did you see she was a boss? No, they say, oh, that girl, she's mean and she's so difficult to work with. And there's that notion of when female artists women get into like a situation, we don't know how far it could go, you know? And I don't think it's the right energy. And if you look at globally, female artists are not beefing with each other. They're collaborating. You have Meg Thee Stallion working with Doja Cat. You got Doja Cat working with Miss Banks. You got Miss Banks. Everyone's just like integrated. Everyone's working with each other. I mean, the fact that Doja Cat and Meg Thee Stallion could both have #1 and #2 consecutive songs on the Billboard charts is inspiring for me, because before it felt like there could only be one female rapper working with all the artists on all the songs at all the award shows. It had to be only one person. Yeah. But now it's like there are 4 or 5 that are doing well. Like Danny Lee's killing it as well at the moment. So that is what I think we should be pushing the narrative of, not beef and fighting. Yeah.
Do you think you have more pressure to succeed as a female rapper?
I think every woman has pressure about the industry they're in, because we always had started from a back foot. And I think that's a generational curse that we've had as just being feminine and women. You're always going to have to work harder to get the same recognition, to get the same paychecks, to get the same opportunities. But with that note, I don't think things should be handed out to us just because we were starting on the back foot. I think we have to continue working hard and earn our place in certain spaces, and not expect it to just be given to us on a silver platter just because we're a woman and we started off at a disadvantage. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of women that expect that. They want it to be easy for them because they feel like it was hard for us as a what do you call women, man? As a sex? What do you call it? Gender. As a gender. Sorry, yeah. As a gender. And I don't think that should be it. I don't want hand-me-outs. I want you to just give me the credit for the hard work that I do. Yeah. And don't make it seem like what I'm doing is not important or impactful.
Yeah. Stark differences between the South African rap scene or hip-hop scene and West African hip-hop scene. What are some of the differences that you've seen?
So obviously for me, this is me looking out from outside in. Yeah. But it looks like in other African countries, artists are very united. Like, you guys seem happy to collaborate with each other. It looks like that. I feel like in South Africa, we're fighting each other a lot of the time, and it really hinders our progression as a genre in South Africa. And it's gotten to a point where it's not even inspiring anymore, because it's like all that we talk about, or the only way we get interested in a song is there's some controversy around what's going on, and who's fighting who, and who's gonna beat up who, and it's just like, it shouldn't be about that. It should be just good music and supporting it. Because I see like Wizkid supporting Davido supporting Wizkid, Burna supporting, like, it's just like, it's like that, you know? And I think that's inspiring.
Yeah. All right, a little bit more about Nadia and Nakai. You have a clothing brand.
I do.
Yes, tell us about it.
It's called Braga. Well, Nadia and Nakai X Red Brand, but the clothing range is called Braga. And it's housed in a store called Sports Scene, which is nationwide in South Africa. So you can go into the store, you can order online. And we normally do about like 4 drops a year for each season, which is super exciting. Fashion is one of my major passions.
Okay.
And but obviously music is the main thing, but fashion is very important to me. I love when my fans and my supporters wear my clothes because it feels like it's connecting with me more than listening to my music. But my clothing range, you don't have to be a fan of mine to wear my clothes.
Yeah.
You know, it's not merchandise, it's actually like designed clothes.
Yeah.
You can walk in and like this thing and buy it and enjoy it, you know?
Where would you like to take the Nadia Nakai brand to?
Africa. That's our mission statement for 2021. It's always been, and I feel like it should have been a move that I was doing from a couple years ago, but I've been the most inspired now. I think something just woke up in me, and I realized that no matter what country I go to, I've been able to cultivate really genuine relationships with people in that country. And I was like, I have to be able to use that blessing to progress in my career. I can't just be like, oh, I'm cool with these people because they're cool, and not say, okay, let me see what relationships I can create in Ghana. And okay, Kenya, I stayed there, but I mean like in Guinea-Bissau or Morocco, or like wherever the country, or Togo. I was in Togo, I took a connecting flight and we flew over, and I'm like, friend, we have to come to Togo for like 3 days and find people here and work with the people there.
Nice.
You know, and I just want different experiences and deal with different people and have different friends and have different music relationships.
Okay. And on that note, that's how we end JoyNews Interactive with myself and Peter CVD. You know how to join the conversation on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're JoyNews on TV. Remember, COVID is real. Keep your mask on. And if you don't need to leave the house, then don't. Enjoy.